Kamaldien National Park has burned 10 hectares of vegetation on the slopes of the Cape Town tourist attraction. Firefighters are in the area to ensure there are no flare-ups. This type of prescribed vegetation fire is aimed at reducing risks during wildfires. Newzroom Afrika's Yazeed Kamaldien reports.
Table Mountain National Park burns vegetation for environmental and safety reasons.
From an ecological perspective, fynbos needs to burn on a fairly frequent cycle. Normally every sort of 15 to 20 years. This vegetation was fairly old. It fell within that age range. And fynbos requires fire to regenerate. So this removes most of the fine fuels. It removes leaf litter that's built up over time on the ground. So it's far more difficult for a wildfire to carry in that sort of environment. Wildfires require three things. It's oxygen, fuel and heat. If we remove one of those elements, then you don't have a fire. Here we're essentially removing the fuel component to it.
With a prescribed fire, there is less risk.
Well, the risks at the moment are limited. Obviously, in this area, I can't speak for the rest of the mountain. We still have the potential for wildfires across the park. But certainly it's safe for visitors to come currently. We did put out an advisory yesterday asking tourists to rather pick a different day while we were actively burning. But at the moment, as you can see, there's a lot of tourists on the mountain, and at this stage, given the weather conditions and our mopping up, I think it's fairly safe.
Firefighters have been battling a number of wildfires on Table Mountain.
So it has been a pretty extensive fire season. Over our season, we recorded in the park 119 fires. And that is quite a factor more than previous fire seasons. So for us, it was a busy time.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Yazeed Kamaldien in Cape Town.